Top of the morning to you all. Good morning, I'm Roger Henderson. I'm here to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living in Tacoma. Those in person today and those online. So our musicians today are Benny Yangco, we just heard, on clarinet. And our special musical guest, Tom Frampton. Our audiovisual team is Erik, Perrohe, Ronald up there. And our practitioners today are Suzanne, Frazier, and on platform, and Ona Chambers holding high watch. Consciousness in the back. And then thanks to our greeters, Ken and Marge are the ones smiling back there that greeted everybody this morning. And also to Kathy for coordinating our coffee service today. And of course, our guest, or not our guest speaker, our speaker today is Reverend Drew Ebersole, our senior minister. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about the Center for Spiritual Living today. We are an inclusive, welcoming, heart-centered community. If you're new today and are comfortable raising your hand, please do so that we can welcome you. Anybody out there? Oh my. Oh. Well, welcome, and thank you. Let's take a moment to remember who we are and what we believe. The Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma is a peaceful, loving, and joyful spiritual community with a shared set of values, principles, and practices. We embody an understanding of oneness with Source. We are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Our vision is to create a world that works for everyone. We help to empower you to bring your dreams to life, and we do this together through practicing meditation and prayer, offering a spiritual home, just like here, teaching universal spiritual principles, giving consciously, living in the present moment, and engaging in a life of service, and finally, providing a pathway to peace of mind. So I have a few announcements. I'll go quick. Important notice about parking. Until further notice, we have been asked not to park in the little medical office parking lot just down the alley. Talks are underway to reach an agreement with management. Don't forget about our first Sunday potluck next week, and let me tell you, that's a pretty awesome event for those that are new, so it's very well worth attending it. Bring your favorite dish to share and bring your appetite. There will not be a mindful meditation this week due to the July 4th holiday. There will also be no climate action meeting this week due to the July 4th holiday. So have a safe and sound 4th of July. If you serve on a team or volunteer in any way but was not here last Sunday, please see Leslie after the service. Leslie's in the back. We have something special to give you. Now I have a couple of folks that want to come up to make some additional announcements, so can I invite Bev up right now?
Good morning. Great group here. And we had a great group for our workshop last Wednesday on pathways to prosperity. And so that was the beginning. That was kind of a teaser because we were trying to put too much in one place. But we did have a great time. All the people there enjoyed it. So the Pathways to Prosperity is a class now. And it uses Eric Butterworth's book, Spiritual Economics. So you may have heard of that before. His books have been around for years, and they are still very relevant. So that, again, this is going to be online. And when you look in your program, what we discovered today is there's a discrepancy on the timing for, it's going to be a week later will be the deadline, and a week later will be the start of class. So instead of having to remember that, we're changing it this week. And we'll come back to it next week. But I'm really looking forward to teaching it, and so is Steve. He was so busy with the auction this weekend that he's probably still sleeping. I did talk to him this morning, so. Anyway, please join us in it with our class, and you'll enjoy it as well. Take care.
Thank you, Bev. And then we're going to next hear from Darlene. Mind how you go.
Huh?
Mind how you go.
Yeah, yes, truly, truly. Good morning. I'm Darlene Green, and it is a delight to look out and see your beautiful faces, and also to feel those that are online too. So welcome. Thank you for being here again. I am going to be leading a 3-workshop series, and it's titled Awakened You 2.0. So if you have any curiosity or an inner resonance around what does your next step in enlightenment look like? What does it look like or mean to be expanding your own state of consciousness? Are you curious about your own divine nature? This is a workshop that is designed to be not just philosophy or ideas, although that will be included, but it's a body of original work that will put basically on a platter some ideas and some foundational concepts for you to take a look at. And then based on your own resonance is how you move forward with it. So it's something where your own inner knowing gets to be expanded, where you will have the experience of your human nature and your divine nature, and begin to recognize the difference between the two and what it is that joins them all together. How great to be able to learn the language of your soul, like no kidding. So there's so much to say. They're going to have to grab a hook, take me off the stage, but it's very comfortable up here, Drew. Kind of like it. So anyway, I invite you, ding, I invite you to take a look at it. There's more information that's on the flyer that's in your program, and I would love to have you be in the workshop. Take care.
All right, thank you, Darlene. So, any others? See your program announcements for more information, and also our website also has a wealth of information on upcoming activities. Lastly, practitioners will be in the prayer room at back after service holding a prayer circle. Please join them if you have a need for prayer. And now, Reverend Drew Ebersole.
Let's hear it for Roger. Come on. That's good. He's great. So first of all, I just want to mention really quickly about our practitioners. Oh, Ken.
One thing is, I was just informed that wanted to make the announcement that we do have scholarships for those who are not able to attend the classes at the cost that it is, because we don't want to have it as a bureau for anybody.
All right, he's announcing that if you do have any concerns financially with wanting to take classes, come see us and we can work it out with you. I know the board and all of us are thinking about a strategy to make sure that's an easily accessible thing for everyone. Thank you for remembering that, Ken. Appreciate that. Great. So I have a bunch of stuff. I'm going to rifle through it. Here we go. First of all, there was jazz on the lawn this morning, if you got here earlier, and I think Bill and John deserve a round of applause for being out there and playing beautifully for what they did. It's just, I was over to the street, I didn't even know where it was coming from. It's like, oh, it's us. And I was like, it's you guys. It sounded so professional. I just couldn't believe it. It was amazing. Also, I really want to recognize, because Sharon's here and Steve is not, and I hope he sees this online, for an incredible job at the auction and all the volunteers. But Sharon works tirelessly for this, and she deserves a round of applause for everything she did. And Rob and all the volunteers who came around that and did all that. It was amazing, and I think they're going to have something good to report at the end of it. So good news is coming, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Also, you practitioners that you see here today, for those of you who are new, what is a practitioner? A practitioner is someone that has studied and immersed themselves in the process of this creative ability, this technology, this immutable, what we call treatment. Treatment means I'm going to imagine what I want. I'm going to speak it into words, and it's going to come about. That's like magic, but it's also logic when you think about it. It just makes sense. So when we have someone like Suzanne or Bev or Ona here in our presence, and they're back in that room praying, if there is anything you want to see more of or wanting to exist more of in your life, go see them and find out what a practitioner is and does. It's a beautiful talent and skill that they have developed over time. So I just want to acknowledge that and see that they're a force within our community. So you can come to understand it. You can even become one. There's amazing things you can do in that pathway. They have enlightened our lives. So anyway, I just wanted to say that as well. So yeah, wow, all this good news. Okay. Also, I'm going to be gone next Sunday, but you're going to hear Reverend Savannah Noel. She's wonderful and incredible. And I'm going to take this Sundays, a couple of Sundays off this summer because many people advised me that I should take my own advice and do self-care a little bit. So I'm going to be managing that a little bit. Trying to role model, that's what we all should do. So do a little of that. But we're going to have some phenomenal speakers this summer. I'm very excited. We're having some really cool new people come and talk. So it keeps our voices diverse and inclusive and different perspectives on one truth, and that is love, as Darlene said so beautifully. And the classes are incredible. When you look at Darlene and what Bev and what Steve are doing, what all of our teachers do, please take classes. Consider it. They're easy, and they're fun, and you build community. And look at what's happening here. We're building a community to rival any community I've ever seen in our world, and that is real. And it's beautiful. So just keep that going strong and keep believing in that. Also, a way to join community is to volunteer. And last week we had Vicki lead us in a wonderful celebration that recognized our volunteers. It was incredible. Vicki, thank you so much for doing that. You were wonderful. I know Leslie and Tony helped out with that, but I hope you all felt that sense of love and appreciation. That's the authenticity of who we are as well. The hospitality team is looking for some more volunteers. I know Kathy Jarlov, I think she's downstairs right now, but see her because there's a great way to be involved in creating more of that community. The team's important efforts contribute to conversations, camaraderie at the conclusion of service. They also oversee the monthly potlucks that happen here. And so it's a great way to get connected to our whole community. So we hope you take time and think about that. Another cool opportunity is our AV team is looking to expand a little bit. So if you or you know anyone who has interest in helping out there, they have fun up there. You should see it's like a party sometimes. I have to calm them down. Streamers going off. It's like noise and horns and everything. It's wild up there. But it is really fun. And it does really help connect us to the larger community as well. So if you have any kind of technical inkling or you know someone who might, please come see us, come see Erik, come see Ronald, and come get involved in that area because we need to expand that as well. As we're growing, we want to grow that team. So please consider that strongly. After service today, Cindy and myself will be hosting a special training and work meeting about our sponsorships coming up for Joyful Noise. Now, when you hear that word, it does not mean what you think it means. It means a chance to reach out to community. It's this beautiful flyer that Darlene created and we all worked on. And it's a way to create a community thriving in harmony. This is October 25, 26, 27. So we'll gear more toward that as we get there. But the sponsorships help get people involved. So afterwards, we're going to have pizza and a little chatting time. And Cindy's going to offer her knowledge on ways we can approach people to invite them into this community. That's what this is about. It's about fundraising, but it's also about friend raising. And when we open the doors here, you know what happens to everybody when they come in here? They feel like they've come home. That's really touching to me because that's what our world needs, is a place to feel like you're home. And this is that place. And we do that for each other really beautifully. You do that beautifully. So I think that's all the announcements. We're going to have a great service today with Tom singing and a wonderful message about trust today. And you're going to feel even more of the love that's already present within our community right now. So without further ado, let's hear from Tom.
Morning. This is a song I wrote a few years ago. I had lost a nephew to suicide, and so I believe that there's a place we all get to go after we maybe leave this earth. So I wrote this song. It's called Fly Angel Fly. I grew my wings today. The angels come, fly away. Through the clouds to the great beyond. I wonder if Daddy we'll be fishing on that pond. Fly, angel, fly. See you on the other side. And promise me you won't cry. On the other side. The angels came today. I grew my wings flying away. Now I don't know the reasons why. Not gonna try to answer. I'm gonna fly. Fly, angel, fly. Through those clouds up in the sky. Promise me won't cry. I'll see you on the other side. The angels came, I earned my wings. They'll teach me to fly, how they sing. Know I'm here and in your heart. I have a new beginning. It's a new start. Fly, angel, fly. I see you on the other side. And promise me you won't cry. See you on the other side. So fly, angel, fly. Through those clouds up in the sky. And only the good Lord knows the reasons why. I see you on the other side. Fly, angel, angel, fly.
Thank you, Peter. That was beautiful. Thank you. We got a peek at your nephew. Thank you for that. So I have a couple of readings here. Where are they? Kenny Loggins. My trust in a higher power that wants me to survive and have love in my life is what keeps me moving forward. And Walter Anderson. We've never been so vulnerable as when we trust someone. But paradoxically, if we cannot trust, neither can we find love or joy. And true imagination is not fanciful daydreaming. It is fire from heaven. Ernest Holmes. I like that. Fire from heaven. Trust that. So now if you choose to close your eyes and connect with that place within you where spirit actually lives and dwells. That space, your heart space, where everything is good. Your heart space, where love is ever present. And it's just for you. It's for you to use like a tool. Did you know that? Love is like a fabulous tool. It heals, it encourages, it inspires, it comforts. It does all those things, unbidden. All you have to do is know it. That knowing that Darlene spoke of, that deep knowing where it's absolutely the truth. It's just the truth. And nothing can dissuade you from that truth. No matter what is said, what happens, what action, what situation, how things unfold. That is the most amazing thing, is this deep inner knowing. The truth. And you know the truth. You know what's right. You know what's loving. You know what's kind. We all know that. And we are so gifted with that we can use it to help and to support other people, to love other people through their difficulties, to encourage and celebrate. Love is just the most amazing balm, the most amazing salve in the universe. I encourage you to spread it liberally. And just as I know that this is true of you and it's true of me, and it's true of everybody that's listening online, true of people that aren't here, that we'll never meet, doesn't matter. It's still the truth. And so I just say thank you. Thank you, sweet spirit. And so it is.
So, I don't know, my daughter's here today, and I used to sing this to my daughter when she was really little. And then she grew up and she got married, and I got to walk her down the aisle. I don't know how long ago that was, but it's been about 12 years ago, I think. And I didn't know it, but she picked this song for me to do dad and daughter dance, you know? And I was shocked. So I'm going to play it for her today, but I'm going to play it for my little granddaughter who's with me today, too. She was about that age when I started playing this. So. Anyway, there's a little background for you. This is called Sunshine on My Shoulders. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. And sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. sunshine on the water looks so lovely. And sunshine almost always makes me high. Now if I had a day that I could give to you, I'd give to you a day just like today. And if I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. The sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. And sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. And sunshine on the water looks so lovely. And sunshine almost always makes me high. Now if I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. And if I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. 'Cause sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. And sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. And sunshine on the water looks so lovely. And sunshine almost always makes me high. And sunshine almost all the time makes me high. And sunshine almost always makes me high.
Thank you, Tom. All right. Wow. I don't know about you, but I feel a little high on sunshine. This is a clean place, a family place, all right? Just so we know that. That's good. So good morning, good to see you all. It's so beautiful to see our community. Every time you sit up here, you don't see the faces that we see when we perform or we give to you. And it's just like sunshine. It's bright and beautiful and authentic and real and lovely. And that's what we're here to do together, is shed off fear and anxiety and loss or lack or limitation and realize that abundance is ours. It's your birthright. It's all of our birthrights. It's the planet's birthright. Every creature that's living here is all working in harmony for some greater good. And that's why we're here, to realize that, to know it, to believe it authentically within your heart. That's why we come and listen to each other and hear the stories when our members share, or speakers speak, or music plays, or we hug each other, or we share coffee, or we honor our volunteers. What we're doing is seeing the truth of who we are. Everybody take a deep breath in, let the fear go, and trust. Trust that all is well in your soul and in the world, despite appearances. Trust. So we're going to talk about trust now. Trust is the currency which we trade. It's the lifeblood of who we are. Trust in spirit. Trust in each other. And trust in ourselves. That's the Holy Trinity. Spirit, each other, our community, and ourselves. And each other means this world, really, in many ways. Now, there's a little secret. In Buddhism, one of the teachings, one of the tenets is there is no such thing as I or mine. Meaning, he was saying that all is one, truly, integrally, to the core. And we talk about that here often. What is the oneness? What is the oneness of life? What is the one from which we came? And the beauty of that is knowing that although we have different perspectives, we're all looking at that same piece of art, which is the truth of love, okay? We just see it from different angles and say, oh, I see this. And so we say, well, I see that. That's the beauty of inclusivity and diversity, because we hear it from different voices, talking about the same perfect, amazing sculpture of love and life. It's right there in front of us. So we listen. But there's no difference in that we're all connected around this piece of art. That is our love, our birthright, our abundance. That's yours. So trust in spirit is knowing that it's all one. Trusting each other is knowing that we trust the manifestations that arise from that one. And trusting ourselves is knowing that it's right here, imminent within us. So I'm going to read you this quote from Ernest Holmes, which really captures that beautifully. When we learn to trust the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, when we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. And that's what Bev's class is about, is understanding that prosperity and that abundance that lives within you. It is essential in the manifestation. So trusting in spirit is knowing that it's not a sometimes maybe law. It's not a sometimes maybe thing. It is always consistent and always there. And you can believe it. You can believe it with all your heart. Now, trusting each other is a way to actually realize that in our daily occurrences. We need each other. We're inherently combined together. So the trust is the key for collaboration and the open exchange of ideas and a strong workplace or organization, culture. Cultures high in trust have less turnover, improved relationships, less susceptibility to groupthink. Organizations in low trust environments are less likely to speak up and help others who need it, which can weaken morale and the bottom line. Now, I want you to take a second and look what's happening around you. This is a manifestation of trust in each other. Do you see that? I come here and I know I am held. And I hope each of you know that you are held. You are held in love. You are held because we are together. You are held because we care about each other and we understand we hold each other in that trust. That's trust in each other. And the final one is trust in yourself. When you trust in yourself, and this is all from Psychology Today, by having trust or faith in yourselves and your abilities, you can overcome challenges, pursue passions, and begin to lead fulfilling lives. Trust in yourself, right? Inside out and outside in. It's all one. So trust is known as the firm belief and reliability, truth, ability to strengthen the strength of someone or something. So it's true reliability in the ability of the strength of someone or something. All of what we're experiencing here. Now I know that trust is sometimes a loaded word for people. And I want to read one other excerpt here that really kind of captures this beautifully. Chronic distrust, colloquially known as trust issues, have several possible sources. For some, early relationships with caregivers taught them that their needs might not be met, and others would continuously let them down. That's real. Trauma can also damage trust. Traumatized individuals often find it difficult to let their guard down. So if you hear me talking about this trust, you say, oh, that's all well and good for other people, but you don't know what I've been through. I can imagine. We can all imagine, because many of us have been through something similar in some ways. And if we can't know it personally, we can empathize with it. And that's a great place to start, is knowing that it's difficult sometimes. Trust issues may also be a matter of personality. While improving trust isn't always easy, it takes serious dedication from all parties involved. It is possible the majority of time. That's what Psychology Today said. It is possible the majority of time. Moving slowly when necessary, communicating honestly, and following through on promises is all key to building trust, whether between individuals, within an organization or a team, or between countries. Right? Because I want you to hear what Emma Curtis Hopkins says about this mistrust in ourselves or what's going on around us. She's one of our great teachers and prophets in this whole movement. You have no idea how much of the inefficiency of mankind, so here are words, how much of the inefficiency of mankind comes from thinking about the wrongdoings of others and ourselves. There is nothing more miserable than for you to feel that by some mistake you have not amounted to what you might have been, that your misfortunes all hinge on those mistakes. She's seeing the truth of this sense of pulling back and not trusting and the damage it can do to us. Take a deep breath in again. I wanted to say that clearly because it's all well and good to stand up here from this pulpit and talk about trust when people have difficulties understanding or conceptualizing what it might be. But what I'm here to tell you is begin to step into it. Begin to understand what it means for you. Begin to test it in areas. It is not a perfect animal. It is not going to be absolutely awesome all the time. You are going to get betrayed sometimes. You are going to get let down. You might even betray or let yourself down. Fear not. That's not what the manifestation of trust is about. It's not about perfection and ease with everything I do and sort of like massaging my own fear. I'm not trying to manage my own absence or lack of limitation. What you're doing is you're letting that go and you're trusting anyway. Can you feel that? You're letting go of the fear, which is part of the big goal, and you're trusting anyway. And is it easy? Not always. But is it magnificent? Yes. That's where your freedom lies. Not even having you realize that everything you do is going to be perfect and everyone's going to love everything you do. Trust is not about getting accolades or throwing yourself out there in ways to say, aren't I perfect? Aren't I good? Aren't I beautiful? Aren't I wonderful? Aren't I amazing? You can't believe that because it's so, it comes and goes, it waxes and wanes, and then you feel like you can't trust. It's not about that. It's about living in truth and knowing that things come about in certain times and ways that you can't even imagine, and knowing that that's right, even in the face of loss, especially in the face of loss. If you can find your trust and belief in loss, you can do anything. There's nothing you cannot accomplish. Ernest Holmes also quotes it beautifully by saying, let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. I'll have to trust that I remember it. He's quoted as saying, don't look for perfection, but basically look for a sense of confirmation of this one universe. It's not about everything being the way you think it should be. It's about trusting that everything's unfolding in perfection. So many of you know my story a little bit, but I'm going to use it to articulate this for us a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, part of the reason you see my face as paralyzed on the right side is because I had a brain tumor, a pretty significant one, and it was removed in 2016. And I had to go through the most arduous gauntlet of understanding trust that I could ever imagine. And I look at my wife, CJ, right there, and every time I do, it touches me deeply because she trusted with me and we knew what was possible through that pathway of trust. So I want you to imagine what I'm saying right now is in kin or aligned with whatever challenges you might have. So this is an example of what we all face, right? So just imagine you're on this pathway. So I come home one day and my doctor, after an MRI, calls me and says, you have a large brain tumor. And it rocked me. And as many of you know, I had to tell my wife and son that I had a brain tumor. And my wife was married once before to a gentleman who had melanoma cancer, and it metastasized as tumors in his brain. And he went in to have him operated in the hospital, and he died. So when I had to tell her that I had a brain tumor, and I had to tell my son that I had a brain tumor, it felt like the end. But the beautiful part of trust is that it wasn't the end. It was the beginning. It was the dawn of a new level of realization in what we can do with unconditional trust. So what did I do? I trusted in spirit. And I gathered a healing team that included Bev and many other people, and we prayed, and we talked, and we shared, and we cried. And we knew that spirit would be there for us this whole way, for me this entire way. And it felt like my body was humming with energy. I did trust in the others. I did trust in my doctors and nurses and caregivers and CJ to show up for me every day when I couldn't walk and couldn't have a walker. She had to hold me as I tried to limp along. And I looked at her and she was like, we got this. And I was trusting. I had to trust my own body. The tumor was not an enemy. Nothing is here to beat you down or hurt you. It's all there to help you realize your dreams, to help you realize what you can become, to strengthen you, to fortify you, to make you invincible in your body and soul. And invincible, I don't mean can't be hurt or can't be hit, but invincible knowing that not only will you survive it, but you will thrive through it. You will flourish. I trusted all that. I trusted knowing that I was good. I had a physical therapist that came into me one time, and she said, I know they're saying you might not walk right, or, you might not ever be right again, talk right again, be able to get your faculties back. And then she went like this. And I said, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm raising my right arm. And I said, why? She goes, because the doctor said I would never raise it again. I fell off a horse and shattered the right side of my body. And look what I can do. She goes, so trust your body. Trust it to know the truth. Trust what you're doing, and you will walk again. And that lit a fire of trust in me and belief in me. And I swear to you, when they would say, walk up these steps 5 times, I would say 50. And I'd be like sweating and, practically knees shaking and buckling, but I was going to do it. And I trusted, and I trusted, and I trusted. And before you know it, I was walking again, and then I was running, and then I was jumping. Right? And then I was dancing, All right. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me. Please. But the point is that, see how Ernest Holmes and Emma Curtis Hopkins saying, don't waste time not trusting. Don't pull back from that one. Don't disconnect from who you are and what you know to be true, which is love that we're seeing here in the music. Love in the faces in the classes and the practitioners. Love in each other. So the pathway to do that is to start to really trust yourself, to believe in yourself, to know that you can do this. And there were some great things from psychology today that I want to read through about ways to actually do this. 1, tell yourself you're enough. Right now, personally, quietly, just say, I am enough. Just say it to yourself, I am enough. And start to believe that you are perfect exactly as you are, because you are perfect exactly as you are. I'm speaking directly from Spirit coming through me, and it's saying to me, you're perfect as you are. Let go of any disbelief of that and trust it implicitly. 2, work with your feelings, not against them. Of course it's okay to have feelings. Of course it's okay to not feel like you're feeling great today and not happy and high. That's okay on sunshine. Of course that's all right. Just work with it and move with it. Allow yourself to open up to that. Tell yourself the truth. Don't be afraid. I don't look in the mirror and say, I don't have facial paralysis. I say, yep, I got facial paralysis, and I still like me. It's still beautiful exactly as it is. You can do that. You can show unconditional compassion. Trust that. That will lead you to the promised land of peace in your soul. So set healthy boundaries. The other thing is just know what you can and can't do and be okay with it. Doing anything from regret or a sense of remorse or negativity or I can't stand it, I have to do that. Let that go. That serves no one, especially you. And then the last one is spend some time with yourself. Spend some time with each other. Spend some time with Spirit. All those things will help lead you where you want to go. And if you develop trust, here's what happens. There are 4 stages to developing habits. You ready? The first one is unconscious incompetence. Okay? That means I'm not even aware of what I'm doing wrong. I'm just mistrusting everything. I don't trust that person. I don't trust this thing. I don't trust myself to know that I can do. I don't trust Spirit because I feel alone. That's unconscious incompetence. And then you move to conscious incompetence. I see I'm not trusting myself. Wow, I didn't trust that person to come through or do that or believe that I could share with them. Even if I get betrayed. It's okay. It's not going to hinder me from trusting others because in the end, I get nothing, as Emma Curtis Hopkins said, from cutting back and cutting off completely. Then I just die alone, basically. And that's hurtful to us. It might hurt, but step out anyway. Be that bold, brazen, beautiful example of boundless trust. Right? And we know this is all part of who we are as we're evolving. We understand that if we do this trust, that if we live into it, that we become great. Stage 3, conscious competence. Okay, now I go. All right, I saw I wasn't trusting there, but you know what? I'm going to try. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Greet people warmly. I know in this moment we hug a lot. We have a little way to mitigate that. If you want to be hugged, 2 hands. If you want to shake hands, 1 hand. If you don't want to be touched, wave. That's our code. Hug, shake, no touch. Smile only. But what I'm doing is consciously being competent. I'm starting to trust more and believe. I'm connecting with myself. I'm standing up. I'm believing what I say. I trust my voice. I believe in my song. I trust the music. Trust, 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 the lifeblood of our connection to the one. And then the 4th stage is, guess what it becomes? Unconscious competence. I'm not even aware. I just naturally begin to trust. So I wanted to also give that sense of forgiveness, that not all of us have had good childhoods or happy days in the past. And that's completely understandable, and we acknowledge that. But I guess what I want to implore you today is don't let that stop you from being all that you can be right now. So I'm going to do a quick exercise to wrap up. The first is, I want you to know and imagine where we are as a center. Just feel what's happening here, because it's real, it's authentic, it's beautiful, just as it is. That is trust in spirit. Do you know what's happening? Do you know how to make this all work? Trust in spirit. Trust in what these founders of Science of Mind have told us for decades. Trust that imagination is fire from heaven. Trust it. Now, the second part of this is trusting each other. So, if you feel comfortable, we'll check with the other person, make sure. Give them a pat on the shoulder, a high five, a hug, and say, I got your back, and I'm here for you all the way. Let's take a moment and do that for each other. Hey, I got you guys back. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Give me a high five. Yeah! You give me a high five. You give me a high five. Okay. I feel so energized. I'm up here doing trust calisthenics. Let's go. Burpees. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Now, take a deep breath in. How do you feel? Doesn't that feel good? That's trust. That's knowing that when you come here and we take that out into the world, we start to develop not this I heard the term this morning in NPR, enragement, engagement. People are connecting around fear and anxiety, and but they're not getting anything from it. It's hollowing them out. It's depleting their souls. They're dying from it. We're the exact opposite of that. We're a trust fund. Okay? This place is a trust fund. And you contribute to it every week, and you withdraw from it anytime you need it. But we got each other, and we got each other's back. Now we're going to wrap up with yourself. So to take a quiet moment to yourself. And I want you to say these things to yourself. I am going to soar. The acronym SOAR, S-O-A-R. I'm going to surrender, open, accept, and remember to do this often. Soar. And I'm going to start by loving myself unconditionally and trusting that who I am is perfect exactly as it is. Take a deep breath in. Who you are is perfect exactly as you are. Okay, you can open your eyes. So today, when we go out there, when we are here connecting with each other, remember our trust fund. Remember our ability to build something that is truly bright and beautiful in this world. And remember that you are the source of it. From the trust here, the trust here, and the trust here. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Thank you.
That was pretty awesome. All right. All right. This next song, I don't know, we're talking about trust and stuff like that, and I think about my higher power and God and those type of things that go through my mind. And this next song is called Where I Find God, and usually it's riding around in my pickup truck. The truth be known, but here we go. This is Where I Find God. Night I hit rock bottom, sitting on an old bar stool. Paid my tab, he put me in a cab. He didn't have to, 'cause he could see I was hurting. Oh, I wish I got his name, 'cause I didn't feel worth saving. He saved me just the same. A day out on the water, the fish just wouldn't bite. I put my pole down and float around. It's just so quiet. And I could hear my old man saying, son, just be still, 'cause you can't find peace like this in a bottle or a pill. From a bar stool to an Evan road, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a deer stand or a hayfield, interstate back to Nashville, a Chevrolet with the windows down, me and him just riding around. And sometimes, whether I'm looking for him or not, well, that's where I find God. Sometimes late at night, I lie there and listen to the sounds of her heartbeat, the songs the crickets are singing, and I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds like a hymn to me. No, I ain't good at praying, thanks for everything. From a bar stool to an Evan road, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a deer stand or a hayfield, an interstate back to Nashville, a Chevrolet with the windows down, me and him just riding around. And sometimes, whether I'm looking for him or not, well, that's where I find God. From a bar stool to an Evan road, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a deer stand or a hayfield, interstate back to Nashville, a Chevrolet with the windows down, me and him just riding around and talking. Well, I do that a lot. Yeah, I do that a lot. 'Cause that's where I find God. Right on. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's have our ushers, greeters come forward, please. And you can also trust that afterwards we'll have a great pizza party and we'll talk about ways to reach out to our community. So there we go. But let's take our blessings in our hands. And we will say our meaningful message here together with that, knowing that we're giving everything with trust and belief. Divine Spirit, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive with infinite gratitude. So it is. Bravo. Let's hear it again for our musicians. Tom, Benny, wonderful work. It's really beautiful, Tom. It was wonderful. Thank you, Benny. So we just, as we say our blessing for final gratitude for this, we thank you for your time, talent, treasure to build this community of trusting love. So thank you for that.
So once again, if you choose to close your eyes and go to that place where Spirit indwells you, and just know that everything that was spoken here today, everything that was shared, every note of music, every volunteer, our beloved minister, the practitioners, the AV team, everything comes to you out of this great love. And just as I'm watching Kathy walk in the back with treats, I know it's all served with love. Everything you encounter here is done out of that one basic tenet. An openness for love, an openness to love. It's the most healing thing in the universe. So if you have any concerns, any challenges, any unmet needs, if you had a celebration, a lovely thing that's happened to you, let's know that that is all created in love, all of it. And it's all healed in love. It's all satisfied in love. It's all encouraged in love. And it's just a wonderful thing we do here. And Spirit is in every second, every ounce, every motivation, every intention. We just need to be still and listen. And Spirit comes forward and uses us. And I'm so grateful for this, knowing. I'm so grateful. And I can just say thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is.
So we're going to sing our closing song, Release and Let Go, a cappella today, because our Judy's not feeling so great, so we'll send her warm wishes for healing and health. But let's, if you choose to rise, we'll sing our song together. And I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. Go trust the world. Yeah.